a goal from East Fife, and scorer is number 7, Craig Stewart. Also, the half-time substitution for Queen's Park, clear off, was the 9, was having replacement.
A 2-0 defeat from East Fife. Gus, what's your views of the game?
Well, we're disappointed, obviously, to lose the game, but I don't think we could have too many complaints. I think the better team won on the day. I think it was very, very scrappy, early period of the game. You know, we've got good possession of the ball, and we lose it far too easily and get caught on that counter-attack when it actually looked as if we were going to break on East Fife. But no, it's disappointing. You know, we've not had many performances like that, you know, in the time that I've been here. We just have to dust ourselves down, you know, accept that on the day, you know, East Fife were a little bit sharper than us, you know, and certainly more clinical than us, and you know, we just move on to the next game.
Certainly appeared to be building ahead of steam at the start of the second half in search of the equaliser, and East Fife went up the park and got the second goal.
Yeah, we've been forced into a change just a little bit earlier than what we'd have liked, when we have to take Brian Wharton off, who's injured, and we go to a back four. And when you're still wanting, you know, at that stage to sort of bed in and make sure you're still in the game, you know, and getting your full-backs forward, we lose a goal in the counter-attack. You know, when we went to a makeshift back four with James Beattie and Scott Gibson in there, who have done extremely well when we've played a back three. But you know, lad Austin's certainly going through a purple patch at the moment. I saw him on Tuesday night against Motherwell when he was outstanding, and you know, he's continued that today. He's certainly playing with a lot of confidence, you know, and he's taking his goal very well.
I think something like 15 corners Queen's Park had today. Certainly plenty of possession going forward, plenty of corners, but a lack of clear-cut opportunities?
Yeah, we'll always try and encourage that, you know, crosses into the box, getting the ball into the wider area, you know, getting our full-backs forward, you know, Tony Ralston and Sean Burns, trying to get them forward, maybe just a little bit open today, you know, the system we've tried to play. But I enjoyed watching it against Annan when we played that way, but, you know, we got caught in a counter-attack again, so it's maybe something we have to look at, you know, and make sure we're a little bit tighter in that situation. But we'll always encourage, you know, full-backs to get forward and get crosses in. It's just in that final third, you know, but I think you've got to credit East Fife, you know, they've defended very well, experience and youth together there, well organised. And limited us, you know, to very few clear-cut chances.
I mean, certainly Gary Naismith's been very complimentary about Queen's Park over the past 18 months. I'm sure you'd probably return the compliment today.
Yeah, I think that it's pretty obvious, you know, that on the day, you know, and the better team won. We were a little bit naive, you know, but we can certainly put that down to, you know, an enthusiasm, how we want to play the game. But I think the most important thing, you know, in any game of football is you pass the ball properly and effectively, and we didn't do that, you know, and that was the frustrating thing, because that's what we pride ourselves on, is we're passing game and getting the ball into the final third, you know, and it just didn't happen today, you know. But we'll certainly go again Tuesday at training, you know, and prepare for a very, very tough game away from Berwick.
It looks like the curse of defenders has struck again with Brian. What's the situation with his injury?
Yeah, he's picked up a strain in his knee, so we'll just need to wait and see how he is Tuesday. But it's one of those things, you know, you pick up the injuries, and it just seems to be in the one department that we're picking them up at the moment, you know, and we just got to dust ourselves down and make sure that when you're, you know, maybe being questioned or, you know, tested, probably a better example, that you just do the basic things properly, you know, and whether that be a defender or a centre forward, just do the basic things properly, and that will be effective. That's what we've got to get back to.
So dust ourselves down and get ready for Berwick.
Yeah, that's all it is. It'll be a tough game, you know, down there, but we've got to just, you know, show what we're made of, you know, and I think when you have a disappointing result as well as performance, it's how you react in the next game.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, Craig.